Assalamu alaikum students, welcome back to my channel Unlock English Success. So we are working on unit number 9, Quality Education, A Key to Success, and we have already covered the translation into Urdu in 2 videos, and then I have covered the question and answers of this unit, and previously I have completed the half of the exercise. So now it's the turn of the remaining exercise of this unit. So if you are new subscriber, then please follow all my other lectures which are mentioned in my playlist, and if you are new, then I request you to please subscribe my channel and like my videos and share it with all your other friends and colleagues. So all my previous viewers know very well that we are working on the new English book of grade 9, which is just published by Punjab Textbook Board in the year 2025, and all the students who are going to appear in the next year exams are going to study it. And why I am making these videos? Because there are no guide or helping material or books are available in the market, and being a teacher, I was working on preparing all the materials for teaching. So I decided that why not I should publish it to help you out. So kindly support me and help me out by liking and sharing my videos. And for the teachers, I will suggest you that, let's suppose if you want to help out with my lectures, so one thing you can do, you can give lecture in your class, and then you can assign the students to do as homework, and if they are finding difficulty, so you can share the video link in their WhatsApp groups so that they can easily do all these question answers and exercise. So without any further ado, let's start with the remaining part of the exercise, and then we have the vocabulary. So this part of the exercise is here to improve the vocabulary of the students. So first, contextual clues. Here is a passage given. We will read this passage out, and then we will see what we have to do. So the passage is, as the sun began to set over the bustling streets of Karachi, the bustling city came alive with the sounds of vendors calling out their wares. The aroma of spicy aromatic food filled the air, and the colorful, vibrant stalls added to the lively atmosphere. Despite the heat, the people moved with energy, their faces showing signs of resilience and determination. In a quieter corner, an old man sat under a tree. His serene expression contrasted with the city's hustle. So this is a passage, okay, and there are some bold words like bustling, vibrant, aromatic, resilience, energy, serene, and hustle. So write the contextual meanings of the above highlighted words, then consult the dictionary thesaurus to find out their synonyms. Okay, I have prepared it for you. So let me show you. Yes. Here are the contextual meaning and synonyms of the highlighted word from the passage. Bustling contextual meaning is full of activity, energy, and movement. And the synonyms are lively, busy, energetic, or crowded. So next word was aromatic. Contextual meaning having a strong, pleasant smell. Synonyms fragrant, scented, perfumed, odorous. Third word was vibrant. Contextual meaning is bright, colorful, and full of life. Synonym lively, vivid, dynamic, and striking. Resilience. Contextual meaning is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties or adapt to challenges. And the synonyms of resilience are strength, toughness, endurance, perseverance. Serene. Contextual meaning is calm, peaceful, and untroubled. So synonyms in the dictionary you can find tranquil, relaxed, composed, and placid. So when the students, beta, I will suggest you all to learn these words, because when you learn new vocabulary, it can help you out in your advanced grades or classes. Okay, so actually the purpose behind such passages in which they ask you to find out the contextual meaning, and then they ask you to find out some other synonyms from the dictionary. The purpose behind it, that your vocabulary must be improved, and every single word you can write down with different words. Okay, if you have to change the word vibrant, so you can write vibrant in so many different ways. You can use lively, vivid, dynamic, and striking instead of vibrant. Okay, So this is the purpose. So everyone must learn all these synonyms. So let's move to the next question, that is, fill in the blanks using the words from the passage. Use the context clues to help you choose the correct word. So there are some sentences with the blanks and we have to fill the blanks. The dash city of Lahore is known for its rich culture and lively streets. So obviously the word about Karachi was mentioned as bustling city of Karachi. So here bustling, serene and aromatic. Obviously the answer will be the bustling, very lively and full of energy. So the bustling city of Lahore is known for its rich culture and lively streets. Second sentence is the chef prepared a or an dash dish that filled the kitchen with a delightful smell. So when we learn this vocabulary showing about the yummy or the very delightful smell, it was aromatic. So answer will be aromatic. Sorry, this one. The chef prepared an aromatic dish that filled the kitchen with the delightful smell. Next, sentence number 3 is the market was full of dash colors with stalls selling everything from clothes to jewelry. So vibrant colors. Okay, answer is the vibrant colors. The market was full of vibrant colors with stalls selling everything from clothes to jewelry. Next is question number 4. Despite the challenges, the people of the village showed great dash and continued to work hard. So the word which was used about their strength and power is resilience. Okay. So despite the challenges, the people of village showed great resilience and continued to work hard. Next is, after a long day, he found a dash spot by the lake to relax. So what would be the answer? Obviously when you have to find out a soft or relaxed or the calm corner, the word serene will be used. Okay, so this is the answer, serene. The students showed a lot of dash during the sports day, participating in all events with enthusiasm. So obviously students were showing their energy. So the students showed a lot of energy during the sports day, participating in all events and enthusiasm. Understand? So let's move to the next part of this exercise, that is grammar portion. And in grammar we are going to learn the concept of phrase. So what is a phrase? A phrase is a group of 2 or more words, usually without a subject and a predicate. So actually it is a part of a sentence. So but this part of the sentence does not have a subject or the predicate. Okay, because if a part of the sentence is having a subject and the predicate, then it can be considered as a clause. But they are giving us the concept of phrase. A phrase is a group of 2 or more words, usually without a subject and a predicate. Example, the car with the tinted window is mine. So here this part of the sentence with the tinted windows is considered as a phrase. He ran at an incredible speed. So at an incredible speed is also a phrase. So phrases are of 3 different types. So what are they? Adjectival phrase, prepositional phrase and adverbial phrase. So let's learn separately one by one. Adjectival phrase, a group of 2 or more words that does the work of an adjective, that is, it describes a noun or a pronoun. They often answer questions like what kind, which one or how many. Example, the house with the red color is mine. So obviously when we read this word adjective, so adjective is the describing words which describe or tell us something more about a noun or a pronoun. So adjectival phrases will be that part of the sentence which are giving us some more details about something. Okay. So next is prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrases consist of a preposition and the words which follow it, a complement. The complement can be preposition plus noun phrase, on the chair, preposition plus pronoun with him, preposition plus adverb or adverb phrase until quite recently. Means prepositions will be at the start of that phrase. Then is the adverbial phrase. Adverb are the words which tell us how, when and where an action is performed. So adverbial phrases are those phrases which tell us that how an action is performed. A group of 2 or more words that does the work of an adverb, that is, it describes a verb, an adjective or an adverb. They answer questions like how, when, where, why or to what extent. Example, he speaks in a low voice. It describes how does he speak. Okay. So now they have given us some passage. Read the following passage carefully. Identify and underline the adjectival, prepositional and adverbial phrases. Then label each type of phrase. So the passage is, in the quiet village of Greenfield, a decent girl with bright blue eyes lived with her grandmother. Every morning she walked to the nearby forest in search of flowers. Her favorite place to find daisies was under the old oak tree near the stream. Despite the early hour, the girl was always full of energy and enthusiasm to do her daily household work. So we will have to find out all the phrases, and then we will also telling that which type of adverbial phrase it is. So I have prepared. Okay, so here it is. In the quiet village of Greenfield is the prepositional phrase because it shows the location. Then a decent girl with bright blue eyes is adjectival phrase, describe the girl. With bright blue eyes is prepositional phrase because it adds detail about the girl. And to the nearby forest, prepositional phrase shows direction. Then in search of flowers, prepositional phrase shows purpose. Her favorite place to find daisies, adjectival phrase, describe her favorite place. Under the old oak tree near the stream, it's a prepositional phrase which shows location. Then despite the early hour, prepositional phrase shows contrast, full of energy and enthusiasm. Adjectival phrase describes the girl to do her daily household work. Adverbial phrase which shows the purpose. Okay, so let's see what's next. What next is that they are asking us to expand the following sentences by adding adjectival, prepositional and adverbial phrases. For example, she read the book. Then they have added in a cozy armchair. She read the book in a cozy armchair, or you can write she read the book with great interest. Means you are free to add the phrase of your own choice. So for your convenience, I have prepared. So let's see. Here the expanded sentences were adjectival, prepositional and adverbial phrases. The children played happily in the spacious garden. He completed the task with great determination before the deadline. They went on vacation to a beautiful beach resort last summer. The teacher explained the math problem clearly on the whiteboard with examples. They attended the wedding in a grand hall decorated with flowers. The family celebrated Eid joyfully at their grandparents' house. Okay, done. So here is the end of your exercise of unit number 9. So hopefully my lectures and my videos are very helpful, and there are so many things you can learn. So please encourage me and help me out by liking my videos and sharing it with your all other friends and colleagues. Inshallah, we will be uploading videos related to unit number 10. Until then, Allah Hafiz.